Have you ever wondered how a former KGB officer rose to become one of the most influential figures in world politics? Enter Vladimir Putin, a man as complex as he is powerful. Born in Leningrad, now St. Petersburg, Putin's early life was marked by hardship. His path took a turn when he joined the KGB, Russia's main security agency. This pivotal period would shape his political career in ways we're still unraveling. The journey from a KGB officer to president is not a typical one, but for Putin it was just the beginning. How did Putin climb the ladder of Russian politics to eventually become its president? Vladimir Putin's political ascent was a journey marked by strategic maneuvering and unexpected turns. It all began in the early 90s, when Putin left his post in the KGB to enter the realm of politics. His first foothold? St. Petersburg City Hall, where he served as the city's mayor. Here, Putin displayed an uncanny knack for navigating the complex, often murky waters of Russian politics, swiftly gaining a reputation as a shrewd and pragmatic leader. As Putin's influence grew, so did his ambitions. He set his sights on Moscow, and in the late 90s, he got his big break. Boris Yeltsin, Russia's first president, appointed him as prime minister. A move that surprised many, but it was only the beginning of Putin's meteoric rise. With Yeltsin's health deteriorating, the presidency was up for grabs. Putin, the seemingly unlikely contender, stepped into the fray. He was a fresh face, a new hope in a country weary of economic turmoil and political uncertainty. And so, on the last day of the 20th century, Yeltsin resigned, and Putin, the once obscure KGB officer, became the acting president of Russia. In a surprising turn of events, Putin found himself at the helm of Russia, a position he would hold on to with a tenacious grip. What changes did Putin bring to Russia after taking over the reins? As Putin ascended to the presidency, he initiated a wave of change that swept across the nation. His first term was marked by significant economic reforms. His government prioritized stabilizing the Russian economy, which had been in turmoil following the collapse of the Soviet Union. The administration introduced stringent fiscal policies, resulting in a stable ruble and a decrease in inflation. The economy started to grow, and Russia experienced a period of economic boom that lasted for almost a decade. Alongside economic reforms, Putin also pushed for the centralization of power. He curtailed the powers of regional governors and brought them under the direct control of the Kremlin. This move was seen as an attempt to consolidate power and control over the vast Russian territory. On the international front, Putin adopted a more assertive foreign policy. He sought to re-establish Russia as a major global player, often clashing with Western powers in the process. His stance was a departure from his predecessor's more acquiescent approach to international relations. These changes, although significant, were not without their critics. Many saw these moves as an attempt to roll back democratic freedoms and consolidate power. Yet Putin remained undeterred, and his first term as president saw a transformation of Russia on multiple fronts. Despite facing criticism, Putin's first term was marked by significant changes that shaped the future of Russia. What kept Putin in power for such a long time, one might wonder? The answer lies in a series of strategic maneuvers Putin has employed over the years to keep his grip on power. A key strategy has been his control over the media. Under Putin's rule, the media landscape in Russia has been largely monopolized, with the majority of television channels and news outlets under state control or owned by state-friendly businesses. This has ensured a largely favorable portrayal of Putin and his policies, effectively shaping public opinion. In addition to media control, Putin has been notorious for suppressing opposition. Critics, opposition figures, and investigative journalists have faced intimidation, legal persecution, and even fatal consequences. This suppression of dissent has created an environment where Putin and his party face little to no political competition. Furthermore, Putin has skillfully navigated the constitutional framework to extend his tenure. In 2008, he sidestepped the constitutional limit of 2 consecutive terms by swapping roles with Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev. More recently, in 2020, constitutional amendments were passed, potentially allowing Putin to remain in power until 2036. Putin's reign has been marked by controversy and criticism, but there's no denying his lasting impact on Russia and the world. His strategies for maintaining power may be contentious, but they have undeniably played a significant role in shaping the trajectory of modern Russia.